Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV on this Monday. What a fabulous weekend. Hope you got out to enjoy some of those farmers markets. I was at the Ottawa Titans baseball stadium on both Friday night and Sunday afternoon. It was great to see so many families and kids out there. So hope you had a chance to get out there and enjoy all the wonderful activities. I think we should have been recording sooner because my first guest and I have been having this fantastic conversation about our love of theater and how we grew up in it through high school. We both were on the improv team, and he's part of a brand new production with Orpheus Musical Theatre. I am joined by Dennis Van Staalduinen. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here, Dennis.
Thank you. It is great to be here.
Let's talk about that. You know, I think it is a fascinating conversation because I asked you the first thing when you sat down. Tell me a little bit about your background. This is always something you've loved, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No. I've been a theater kid since grade 8, the first time they cast me in something, and I felt that wave of kind of adulation and, you know, figured out how to make large groups of people laugh and not just make my teachers annoyed with me as the class clown.
I hear you.
And then, I went to Canterbury High School and just got my first taste of musical theater there.
Okay.
Even though I was in the theater program, the ability to put together music and theater and dance and large productions, I fell in love with it. So ever since then, I've been hooked.
Did you pursue it as a career at any point?
Well, I have been. I have been a professional performer.
Excellent.
I had my actor card, and I did have that moment after high school where I had to do do I want to go into like the safe and predictable world, or do I want to just risk it all? And I have a lot of friends who are still out there, making names for themselves and doing great things.
Yeah.
But no, I chose the boring path.
I did too.
Yeah.
I started working for a chartered accounting firm.
Yeah.
But now I'm here, and then you're here.
Exactly.
Right?
But because that passion was always there, whatever I was doing, whether it was working in the high tech or whether I was a consultant or the various different careers that I've had, I've always needed to be able to have performance in my life and have an opportunity to do it. And Orpheus Musical Theatre Company, the company that's producing this show, I did my first show in 1996 with them, South Pacific. I just walked in off the street, had an audition, and ended up getting a pretty intense role.
Nice.
And then this is my 15th show since 1996.
Excellent.
So I've just been a regular kind of, it's been a regular outlet for me.
Yeah, and the oldest theater company in the entire country.
Absolutely,
you and I were talking in the green room about that, which makes it so special. Let's talk about this latest production.
Sure.
It's called Something Rotten. How would you describe Something Rotten?
I would describe it as something that is not rotten. It is...
well played, sir.
It is an amazing show. And I keep running into people who are musical theater fans who haven't even heard of the show. It was performed first on Broadway in 2015 and ran for 700 plus performances there, won all kinds of awards. But I think it never quite got the name of some of the other large productions, which is a shame because it is just so well written. It's such a tight show and it's so funny, but yet it also has this great big musical energy with like huge tap numbers and big characters, big songs.
What's the storyline?
So basically, it's set in Elizabethan England, and the idea is that there's a playwright who's competing with William Shakespeare and can't stand William Shakespeare, and Shakespeare's stealing all of his ideas, and he's trying to find a way to kind of survive and thrive as a playwright, but Shakespeare is stealing all the thunder. So he goes to a soothsayer to find out what's the next big thing in theater that will allow him to succeed, and so the soothsayer recommends that putting on a musical would be a great way to do it.
Okay.
And then there's more kind of hijinks and chicanery, and eventually he decides he needs to sort of beat Shakespeare by finding out his next big thing, and he ends up hearing it wrong, and it becomes Omelette the Musical. So I'm not giving away anything that's not in the first half or the first act.
Right.
But that's kind of the setup, and it goes from there. And so it's these Elizabethans trying to put on a musical, and then Shakespeare actually is a character in the show as well, and is just an amazing performance. And yeah, so
it sounds great. I cannot wait to see it. So
it's really fun.
Tell me about your role. You play Brother Jeremiah. Is that right?
I'm the bad guy.
You seem so nice.
I know, but it's acting.
Oh yes, acting. Yes, of course.
I pretend to be a bad man. No. My part is I'm an angry Puritan.
Okay.
Who's trying to shut down the theaters and is preaching on the street against the evils of dancing and music and singing, and my daughter is part of my kind of my congregation, but she falls in love with the brother of the playwright who's the key character, and of course they get into this star-crossed lovers thing, and my character is it becomes very clear, again, this is not a spoiler, you find out from the very first, he has some repressed sexuality issues.
Okay.
And he's playing the role of a Puritan trying to shut down everyone else's fun, but clearly he's got some issues that he's working through as well, to hilarious results. So it's a very fun character. I get to be way over the top.
Nice.
And I get my one big show-stopping number in the second act that I get to be just myself.
I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the music. How would you describe the music in this production?
It is eclectic.
Okay.
So everything from kind of bebop, scat, jazz to my big number is a huge gospel number, sort of very churchy gospel, but with kind of a rhythm blues kind of feel to it. There are the big number is called a musical, and it's when they decide they're going to put on a musical and they put on a huge musical, and throughout it, for people who want to come and see the show. If you've seen any musical theater, it refers to, there's like little Easter eggs referring to probably 50 or 60 different musicals throughout.
Okay.
So, it's like, what ho, why is there a fiddler on the roof? Because he's looking for the chimney. And,
Nice.
So it really is kind of it's great for musical theater geeks, but also Shakespeare geeks. Lots of Shakespearean references and Easter eggs for them, and just a really rollicking, fun comedy.
Do you dance in this?
I move.
What does that mean?
Well, so one of the criteria to be the larger roles was that you have to tap dance.
Okay.
So like almost everyone on stage is tap dancing at some point. That was not in my skill set.
Okay.
But no, certainly in my number, I saw the light because it's this big gospel number and it's me kind of just
over the top.
Over the top. I get to get down and groove and move.
Oh boy.
But nobody trusts me with choreography, so I'm a double threat.
Dennis, what a great conversation. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
And please go see it, folks. Runs till Sunday.
Yeah, it runs till Sunday, June 11th at Meridian Theaters at Centerpoint. You can go to orpheusmusicaltheater.ca to find out about ticket information. Of course, you can also go to the Centerpoint's website as well to get your ticket information. Don't go away. Lots more coming up. We're going to be talking more art coming up very shortly. Don't go anywhere.